Good afternoon. As one undertakes a conscious awareness of the spiritual aspects of their life, they also undertake an awareness of other, though not separate, non-physical aspects of existence, energies, collective vibrations, and all form of extrasensory contribution to experience. As all humans are capable of allowing very deep or heightened extrasensory perception, all humans, when coming to know the energy that animates their own lives, will have access and or contact with the residue of all other energies to a greater or lesser degree. One side effect of having these subtle channels open is confusion. However, confusion only arises when one is attempting to give meaning to the new sensations based upon old understandings. When affected, or one notices new forms of energy, new feelings, sensations, experiences running through their system, and tries to identify these based upon their understandings of existence from a 5D perspective, inaccurate labels will get applied to the sensations. For example, the sensation of a higher energy running through a physical vessel is unlike typical human emotions and sensations, and if placed in comparison with them, could be labeled as more intense, and if one were to take this label further and try to identify the sensation and emotion connected with these energies, one's vocabulary, depending upon their current state of perspective, may settle upon a term or label that one is already familiar with, such as anxiety, fear, sorrow, or, on the other end of the spectrum, delight, excitement, mania, ecstasy. All of these labels and terms are incorrect and detrimental to the experiencing of the energy unfolding within the vessel. Labeling in this way will delay the integration of the new energies. It will slow the progress of the physical vessel and mental and emotional bodies from accepting and preparing themselves for higher and more subtle versions of the same energies. For what the being is actually feeling cannot be labeled in terms that the mind currently has, and even searching for a new label with other vocabulary, perhaps, or vocabulary that has not existed up until this point, would be futile, for the energies to which we are referring do not exist on a level where vocabulary, as you use it, is commonplace. If one entity or being or individuation wants to express these level of energies to another being or entity or individuation, they simply transmit the sensation of it, and no label is needed. What we see happen when new energies are allowed into a system and are being labeled is that the being that has accepted these energies can find themselves struggling in a period of adjustment where their mind is trying to apply an understanding to the changes and what is happening to them. And we say too that this struggling is unnecessary. To alleviate this struggle, we suggest a immersion or diving into of the energy itself, and if the mind needs a occupation during this bath. It may take the role of the curious spectator, while you, as awareness, soak in the new sensations of energy. And as you soak in them without trying to label or categorize or explain themselves, and simply stay and observe and be with the sensation, you'll find that it becomes far easier to integrate and accept these frequencies. And with your permission, acceleration will continue on its trajectory, taking along with it your growth. It is clear that to perform such a task, silence and isolation are beneficial. However, do not underestimate the possibility of doing any task or non-task, as this would be, while in the company of other selves and or during one's more imperative daily tasks. For in truth, all that would be needed would be intention. And so one could ask their higher self or inner self or true self with intention to gently and without labeling integrate these energies and adopt them as one's own. The nature of existence is that catalyst will propel one towards one's goals, and so no discomfort should ever be feared, and yet should be revered for what it is. Which is you telling yourself what is and what is not suitable for your growth. We would like to remind you as well that there is no rush. Many of you, this vessel included, have the distortion towards control and speed. And slowing is always a positive choice. As Rushing implies that you are future-oriented. And the future is actually the now. This misunderstanding that the sooner one completes a task, the better one will be. Can be let go of presently. There is nowhere to run to. And you cannot know what your actions will lead to, and so do not pretend to know. The only evidence that you have ever had that action causes reaction has been you referencing from the now something that happened in the past. But apart from memory, you have no proof that something ever did happen. There is a flexibility in time and space that you will soon, and we laugh because soon is a time-based concept. And so we can replace the word soon with now. Be able to manipulate at will. Nothing has ever happened, and nothing can ever happen. All time and all space flows through you, and not the other way around. We are hoping that this chat has given you some relief. We know that you have been thinking that you have been struggling, but you have not. You have simply been in a bath of new energies without knowing you were in the bath. Light yourself some candles. Put on some music. And grab the bubbles. You may relax. We love you and wish you an amazing day.